Hey there, PE friends. Today I have 10 easy and super fun elementary Thanksgiving PE stations and relays for you to try out. All right, so let's start with station number 1, Pumpkin Patch Pop. Real easy, but super fun. You just need a bunch of orange balloons and kids ready to have a blast. How to set it up, just put a whole bunch of balloons in a garbage bag and place the garbage bag with orange balloons inside the area or at the spot in the gym where you want to set up the station. Kids love balloons so much. Tell them that the balloons are the pumpkins in the pumpkin patch, and their job is to have fun playing keepy uppy with the pumpkins. They can use whatever body part necessary to keep the pumpkins balloons from touching the ground. They'll have an absolute blast. All right, station number 2 is pin the helmet on the turkey. You're going to need like a large cardboard or paper turkey, and then several cutout paper football helmets, a blindfold, and some tape. So to set up for this, just hang the turkey up on a gym wall with some tape, place a basket filled with the blindfold, paper helmets, and then some tape at the station. And then to play, each student should put on the blindfold, have their classmates spin them around a few times, and then walk forward and pin or tape a helmet on the turkey. So the student who gets the closest to where the turkey's helmet would actually be wins, or whatever you want to do with that. So it's fun to use paper football helmets that correlate with your school colors or your state's favorite home football team. All right, moving on to Thanksgiving PE station number 3, pumpkin pie putt-putt. You're going to need 1 orange poly spot, several small pumpkins, mini golf putting green. If you don't have one, that's fine. I actually have a blog post that shows you how you can make your own really, really easy. Or you can just do it on the gym floor. That's fine. You do need a golf putter and then a golf ball, of course. For setup, first lay out the putting green and then place the orange poly spot, that's going to represent your kind of pumpkin pie at the end of the green. And then just scatter all the small pumpkins around as they're going to be like your obstacles. And then just have the students take turns putt-putting to the pumpkin pie, which, again, is the poly dot spot, the orange one. Count how many strokes it takes them to get the pumpkin pie with their golf ball. And sometimes I line up several putting greens to make an extra long pumpkin mini golf hole, and the kids think that's really cool. All right, Thanksgiving PE station number 4, turkey feather bowling. So you just need 1 basketball, 10 different colored bowling pins if you have them, 10 colorful juggling scarves if you don't have colored bowling pins. If you have colored bowling pins, that works great. So to set up, first grab a basketball. This is going to represent your pumpkin, and then you're going to set your 10 colored pins up. Those are going to be your turkey feathers. Set them up in your bowling pyramid formation, just like regular bowling. And again, if you don't have colored bowling pins, I simply sometimes just use colorful juggling scarves and then tie them around the neck of your bowling pins. All right, so then just have fun knocking the turkey feather and the pins down with the pumpkin or the basketball and bowl. You can do it like wacky style bowling or however, regular, whatever. Okay, number 5 is feed the turkey. This is a really fun one. You just need 1 hula hoop, 10 bean bags, and then I like to use a dry erase board and a dry erase marker. So just place the hula hoop, bean bags, and dry erase board or marker in the corner of the gym or space where you want to conduct this station. You can just put it all in one corner. And then have each student take a turn being the turkey and holding the hula hoop around their waist while the other students in the station group practice feeding, underhand throwing, the turkey the food, which are the bean bags. And when it's their turn to feed the turkey, each student gets like 10 pieces of food, again, bean bags, to feed the turkey with. And after they've fed the turkey, they should record their score on the dry erase board, how many pieces of food they were able to get through the hoop. It's helpful to use a piece of colored tape or line on the gym floor or a poly spot to mark the throwing line in this game. And then you can just simply adjust the line closer or further away based on grade or age level. All right, Thanksgiving PE relay, moving into some relays. This is a really fun one. It's called Build a Turkey Relay. You just need some hula hoops, colored cones, pool noodles, poly spots, and then if you've got jerseys or pennies, those work well too. To set up, first gather as much fun turkey building equipment, PE equipment as you can, and then lay it out on the floor at one end of the gym. And then you're going to divide your class into relay teams. Finally, have them line up at the opposite end of the gym. When the relay begins, students take turns running down to grab one piece of equipment from the opposite end of the gym and bringing it back to their team. And the relay will continue until all the equipment pieces have been gathered. Finally, give the students 3 to 5 minutes to work together to create a turkey using the supplies that they gathered as a team. And then just make sure you take a picture of your students with their turkeys and then display them in your gym or Thanksgiving on your Thanksgiving PE bulletin board. Super, super cute idea. All right, number 7, Thanksgiving PE relay. We're going to do pumpkin pie relay. This is a super fun one. Works on balance. So small pumpkin pie pumpkins. I get not the actual pumpkin pie ones, but if you go to the dollar store, they have those styrofoam ones and then some Frisbees. Or you can use pie tins too. So divide your class into relay teams, have them line up with their teams at one end of the gym. And when the relay begins, students just take turns racing to the opposite end of the gym and back while balancing a Frisbee or the pie tin with a small pumpkin on top. If the pumpkin or the pie plate falls, the student must go back to the start line and, of course, begin again. All right. Relay number 8, magical turkey drumstick relay. Kids love, love, love this one. You're going to need 3 to 5 extra long pool noodles, maybe some food squishies if you have them. If you don't, play food of any kind or bean bags work too. And kids just ready to have tons of fun. Divide your class into teams of 3 or 4 students. Have them line up with their team at one end of the gym. And then you're going to give each team a long pool noodle and a hula hoop. Finally, you're going to scatter several of the play food pieces, the squishies or the bean bags, on the gym floor on the opposite side of the gym from where the students are lined up. Just explain to the students that, I like to tell my students that it's Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving, and 100 people, they just found out 100 people are going to be coming to their house for Thanksgiving dinner, but they have absolutely no food in the house to feed them. And the turkey drumstick, which is the pool noodle, is magical because it can fly to the grocery store super duper fast. And when the relay begins, all students must hop on and ride on the drumstick together, traveling to the grocery store where all the food is as a team. And then for each trip down the gym floor to the grocery store, teams are allowed to choose only one food item to bring back and add to their hula hoop, which is their Thanksgiving dinner plate. When all of the food items have been collected, have students count up how many items they each have collected. And the team with the most food collected for their Thanksgiving feast wins the turkey drumstick relay. I like to have each food item count as 1 point, but then it's extra fun if you pick like 3 mystery items and have them worth like 3 or 5 points. The kids don't know what those items are until they're at the end and counting them up, and then you can tell them, and they get really excited if they got one of those mystery items. All right. PE relay, Thanksgiving relay number 9 is pumpkin rolling. So you can do this a couple different ways. You can actually use pumpkins, which is really fun. So a bunch of big pumpkins, you need, however many you have relay teams, you need that many pumpkins. Or you can actually use big fitness balls and just pretend that they're pumpkins. But divide your class into relay teams, have them line up with their teams at one end of the gym. When the relay begins, students take turns rolling the pumpkins to the opposite end of the gym and back, and the team that finishes first wins. Again, if you don't have pumpkins, you can use orange playground balls, or again, large fitness balls work good too. And finally, Thanksgiving PE relay number 10 is the Thanksgiving dinner dash. You're going to need a few baskets. Laundry baskets work really well from the dollar store. You need some play food items or bean bags if you don't have that play food, or squishies. I use squishies all the time. So PE relay setup is basically divide your class into relay teams, give them each a basket, and have them line up with their teams at one end of the gym. Then you're going to spread the food items out along the gym floor on the opposite end of the gym. So how to play. When the relay begins, students take turns pushing their grocery basket to the grocery store on the opposite side of the gym and choosing one food item to add to their basket. The game continues until all the food items have been picked up. The team that collects the most food for their Thanksgiving dinner wins. So I usually pick 3 to 4, again, for this relay, like 3 to 4 mystery food items before the relay. And then, like I said, when the kids are counting them up, reveal those mystery items and they get extra bonus points. I've had the kids like mat surf down to get the food. That is super fun if you have the equipment for that, just some mats. And if you really want to up the fun level on this relay, you can have the kids use scooters to dash to the supermarket and get their food. I've also had kids safely pull team members down to get the food. Like I said, just make sure you have scooter safety rules in place. So there are 10 station and relay ideas for